Hello, Transformers and Blokees fans. This is Speedball Holland today for you guys. I have you, after a decent wait, we have the Transformers Galaxy version Volume 6. After all this time, I mean, okay, maybe not too long, but still. But yes, we finally have the Volume 6, my friends, as you can see in front of me, and it is a very fun set to have for a lot of good reasons. And one of the reasons, of course, being is that not only, of course, do we have continuing collections that we can now add more to, specifically our good Dino Buddy back here. We, of course, have ones we've been waiting on for probably a good while, like our good mad scientist bot himself, Wheeljack. We, of course, have more returning characters that we've been waiting on, or just, just for fun halves, like the Shattered Glass Mad Doctor himself, Ratchet. And, of course, we now finally have other releases that we've been waiting to add to our other sets, which would be a certain Autobot brother that we know who doesn't like to get dirty. And of course, we now have new releases to go with all that, including our more to our armada of Seekers, the first of the Conehead Seekers, Dirge. Definitely surprised we got Dirge first, I'm not going to lie. And of course, other than that, we of course have new collections to start, which in this set was really interesting, with the first of, well, a few to come, the very first Insecticon Kickback himself, which is very interesting. But what's even most interesting with specifically Kickback is that he doesn't come alone. No. As you can see right here, my friends, you get a mini Insecticon to come with. Now, of course, sadly, he does not transform, but he does have pincers, so you can attack people with. But it's so cool because it's just a miniature version of our old friend Shrapnel, which is, of course, one of the other Insecticons, which, of course, we'll talk more in a second about. But the main reason you're probably going to want to pick up this set, I'm kidding, of course, is the new edition. And now, at least I can say at least 60, maybe 50, 60% chance now that we've seen them. Probably means we'll be seeing more releases down the road, which will be of Transformers IDW's original Optimus Prime, and the one we were waiting on, because we knew about, but just were waiting, IDW Autobot Megatron, which, yes, he looks freaking awesome. I love it. It is so IDW accurate, and it is so cool to have to go with, all our other Megatrons. But it is so cool. And yes, as you can see, my friends, this volume is very interesting in comparisons to past ones. I'm not saying the other ones were bad or anything. It's just a lot of these we did not see coming for this volume. I'm not gonna lie, because honestly, the only ones we pretty much could have predicted offhand were Megatron and Wheeljack, because we had seen both silhouettes and prototype stuff, so we really knew about them. And of course, we also knew about Dinobots because, of course, Volume 4's, Volume 3, and Volume 2's other previous releases. So, of course, we knew more Dinobots were coming. But pretty much after that, everything else was a guess. So definitely good surprises, and well, I hope you guessed right. That's all I can say, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't have even guessed half of these characters in this volume. That's how surprising it was. Oh, and note one mention, because I know many may ask. Yes, just like Volume 5 and any other sets that have come out since, Blokees is indeed updating their volumes with all the new joint systems, so you don't have to worry about that if you were, and such like that. And they've even added some of the TF1 torso sections as well. Now, in this volume, actually, though, there's only one of them who uses that TF1 style torso, and that is our buddy Kickback. Yeah, he's the only one that gets it. I'm not sure why. I would have expected maybe Megatron or Optimus, but no, he's the only one. It's interesting. So yeah, that was an interesting factor, but not just that, of course. A lot of these new molds are really fun to play with and very interesting to build, of course. For example, like our buddy Wheeljack here, I was a bit surprised how color separate he was in this setup. Literally, his head alone is like, if I remember correctly, about 4 to 5 pieces alone, just for the head. When in most cases, it's usually like 2, 3, depending. So yeah, that was surprising. And even even his window part right here in the chest is not actually a part of the chest. You have to assemble that part, which is really cool. And of course, I would assume indicates possibilities for, variations down the road. But it's really cool. And then, of course, like I stated before, we have other interesting setups like our Mad Doctor here, because, of course, this is not your standard Ratchet. This is, of course, our Shattered Glass Ratchet to go with our previously released Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. And this one is really cool, updated, of course, and such, and with the new shoulder armors, this new face of Eva, And of course, the new, I think he lost someone. I could be wrong. Well, yes, it is really cool to see this. Plus, it does at least indicate that Blokees has some plans for more Shattered Glass releases down the road. And if that is the case, I really do hope now, of course, I've said this online to other friends and fellow Blokees fans, that, I mean, it'd be very interesting to say, for example, we got like an entire volume of Shattered Glass characters. I mean, we have that many molds. It would be easy to fill up a volume. It would just be interesting to see, which characters they pick. But that's just a fun thought I've had, and other such. And yes, like I was mentioning with the IDW idea, now that we now have 3 releases specifically from IDW with Optimus, Megatron, and Volume 4's Tarn, I can at least state that Blokees has intentions to do other IDW stuff. And honestly, since we got Megatron, I would obviously take a guess that a possibility for an IDW Rodimus, maybe Ultra Magnus, could be down the road, I would assume. I mean, that's my best guess. Sorry, I can't say for certain. But yes, it would be very interesting to see and such. Now, let's see. Now, you might ask, how well are the new joints with all the bodies and such? They are pretty good. They're fun. They're posable. Just to show with Optimus here, he still has the ball-jointed legs. Pulls out and in. And as you can see, the bend is pretty good. No problems there. The ball-jointed head is about the same now in Optimus' case, though it is a little stiff, but I mean, it's okay because really I'm not going to like have him pointing upwards much. So, and of course, just like the arms, ball joints, and of course the new joints for the arm itself. So it bends really good in a nice stiff way where it's not too loose. So that's good. And of course, just like all the previous releases, yes, they all still come with the standard hands. So yes, you will of course have some leftover hands if you were wondering as well. Now, some of them do have upgraded chest sections too. Ooh, sorry about that. As well to, of course, accommodate their bigger sizes. And as you might have noticed with our Autobot, Megs, and Optimus, and a certain Dinobot, yes, these 3 specifically come with these new beam effect parts, which are not in any of the previous volumes, but are really cool. I mean, it's a perfect blast effect for these 2, and a perfect Dinobot, I guess a fire laser effect, something like that. And it's really cool to have. I definitely like it. And so forth. Now, of course, the one you might ask about is Megatron. What do you think? I definitely enjoyed building him. He definitely has some new parts, new wrists, new feet. Oh, no, yeah, actually new feet, yeah. He's got new feet and thighs, as you can see. The head section looks so cool. Very comic accurate. And as you can see, so I can get light, the details on the face are really nice. The chest section is really nice. That logo piece is really cool. It's a mold. It's not like a decal. It's really cool. I like it. And it's just so accurate to the comics and such. And it's really nice to see some Autobot Meg toys once in a while. It's so cool to see it. And, just the new effect parts and so forth make him look so epic as always, and so forth. Now, honestly, if I had to pick my favorite out of this volume, just per se, I definitely have to go with the IDWs. I can't pick between them because they're both really cool. I mean, you got the good Autobot Megatron taking on his greatest enemy from the previous volume, but he just looks so awesome. Plus, of course, you can display him with all your other Megatrons, so there's that. And same with Optimus here. I mean, he's got the really cool detailing. He's got the really nice, I'm going to come after you, kick your butt deal. I mean, look at this. He's got mounted gauntlets, a new ion rifle, beam effect, of course, and these shoulder-mounted guns. I mean, dang. I mean, imagine if he had this loadout in G1. That would have been interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong, all the other ones are great, and I can't wait to see what other possibilities we'll get. I mean, perfect example, the Insecticon, like I was mentioning, our good buddy Kickback, which does tell me and indicates that, of course, we'll be getting the other 2 soon enough, I would believe. And, of course, with this, now, of course, including these new mini accessory pieces, which, for many fans have noticed with the more recent releases for Blokees, is that we've been getting these mini alt mode accessory pieces, which does at least give me some indication or possibilities for future stuff. I mean, for one, once we get the other 2 Insecticons, of course, we'll be getting more of these, probably in the course their counterpart versions. So in other words, if we get a Shrapnel next or something, we'll probably get maybe a mini Kickback or Bombshell, however. But what I mean is that if they're doing these mini alt mode deals, maybe we'll see something down the road for other lines, other series, where we get their bot mode, and then, of course, we have the mini accessory mode kind of deal. I don't know. It's kind of fun to think about and such. And then, of course, now we have Dirge, now leading us into the Conehead series of Seekers, so there's plenty of units we can get out of that to go with our Seeker collection, which is really nice because the ball-jointed wings back here are cool. These new leg-mounted wings are sturdy, they don't fall off. I like it. The detailing on him is really cool too. I definitely like it. He's posable. Head moves pretty good, for a cone head. You can see the detailing on the face is pretty nice, and of course, obviously, with Dirge, we will see Ramjet and probably Thrust soon enough. Honestly, there's a percent chance that whenever we might get the next Shining volume, we might even get one of them in there, maybe. Yeah, it's just a thought. So there's that. And let's see. Now, of course, one also may ask, what was the chase rare in the volume? For those who don't know what that might mean, that is the metallic or special rare pull you could get for a volume. That was Optimus here, which was really interesting to see because it wasn't just like your standard, metallic Optimus either. It wasn't just metallic red, blue, and such like the previous ones have been. No, it's interesting because it was an all blue version of this Optimus, but there's a good reason for that because that specific color version was actually in the comics. So, in other words, they didn't just give us another recolor of Optimus that we've had a few of, but they actually gave us more to relate to the comic itself. So it's really cool to see that. And like I said, possibly indicates future stuff as well. And now, of course, real quick, we'll look at our Dino buddies back here. Swoop. It is so cool to finally have Swoop in the collection. I mean, I knew we were going to get Swoop eventually. We all knew this, but it's just so cool to have these two. And it's nice to see how they designed the Dino mode because, of course, how they've done with the previous ones, they usually combine parts from the bot to the Dino parts as well, which is really nice. And in this case, it's more or less just the wings, pretty much. The rest of the body is pretty much all new stuff. But it's going to be so cool to add to our collection. And of course, now we're just missing one last Dinobot, and that's our old buddy Sludge, which is which in one way it's a little bit of a bummer. Not being mean, it's just more or less I've noticed with a lot of stuff with Dinobots, Sludge always seems to be the last one to get released. But it's still, in this case, I'll be glad to have because, of course, we'll have both versions and so forth. So yes, honestly, this volume was a lot of fun to get. I cannot wait to get the next one, and of course, whatever comes out after that. And like I said, maybe we will see more releases with IDW and Shattered Glass down the road, and so forth. So yes, I definitely would recommend this, especially, I mean, if you've already collected volumes 1 through 5, you're pretty much going to collect this one. There's that. But yes, it is a fun volume to get. So many different surprises, and you never know, the next one might surprise us even more. Am I right? All right, real quick, let's take a quick comparison with other such related stuff from previous volumes. Like, for example, we got to do this, of course, volume 6's Megatron with volume 4's Tarn. I know a lot of fans are stoked for this setup. I mean, if you've seen the comics, you'll know why. I won't say anything else. But these two together look so cool. And, just the whole I can shoot your head off deal with this setup is really nice. But it is so cool to have these two together. I love it. And I can't wait to see what will come next. Plus, I am very curious to see what recolors we could get with Tarn. Honestly, I'm still waiting to see that. I mean, I know a lot of Tarn toys tend to be reused for like Bludgeon, for example. So it would be interesting to see that. Or hell, I'll throw one silly idea out there. Why not a Shattered Glass Tarn? I don't even know if that's a thing, honestly. But that'd be cool. But yeah, let's see. Who else do we have to go with? Well, since we got Optimus here, we of course have to share from Volume 6 to Volume 1 Optimus. As you can see how, and so much time has passed, how, our Optimus have changed from the classics to the I'm going to kick your butts. It's really cool, though, to have. I definitely like having them both. It's so cool. And I can't wait to see what Optimus will come next. Am I right, friends? And since, of course, we're talking about comparisons and such from other stuff, we got to, of course, see and, of course, team up our old buddies, the Autobot brothers themselves, Sunstreaker with his brother Sideswipe. This I've been waiting to have for the volume, honestly, because you got to have these two together. They're bros. So, of course, it's awesome to finally have these two together. It is so cool. Though I sort of hope Blokees will do a couple additional releases with Sunstreaker, only because of the fact that Sideswipe already has like three releases in total right now. So it's interesting. But, maybe later, my friends. And let's see, who else can we do a quick comparison with? Well, we got Dinos right here. Why don't we do a quick comparison with, really quickly, as long as they don't fall off. Oh, excuse me. Let's take a look at the last Dinobot we got, which was our old buddy Snarl. This is a really cool to have with these. I do like it. And of course, let's take a quick look with Sludge. Sorry. It's really cool to have them now. We're so close. We're so close. And of course, finally, the first Dinobot. We got Grimlock with Swoop, old buddies back together, and so forth. It is so cool to have them like this. I can't wait to finish the set and such. And of course, if you are wondering, Yes, Swoop is the only one in the regular versions to actually come with an effect piece so far. The only exception to that is the Chase Rare version of Grimlock. He does come with effect part. Yeah, other than that, yeah. And if you are wondering, of course, real quick, this is how he's attached to the base here, because he doesn't actually have feet to actually be able to attach to the base without him falling over or anything like that. And it holds him really well, and posability is fun as heck to play with. So yeah, it's right there. So yeah, that is pretty much it, friends. And like I said before, yes, I would definitely recommend this volume for any fans who are interested in all these interesting characters, or if you've already collected the previous volumes, you're pretty much going to want these for certain. So yes, oh, and one quick minor detail to note, if you're wondering, our small shrapnel here is actually scale accurate size to the Galaxy Defenders mini kits we've gotten recently. So if you were wondering, yes, this little shrapnel here you can actually play around with your Defenders with no problem. Okay, just wanted to mention that real quick and such. So yes, that is it for today, my friends. And I, as always, thank you for coming. I, of course, hope you're enjoying your hobby, and I hope you'll be stoked for when the next volume gets announced for Volume 7. So we'll see when that comes about, my friends, and I will see you all later.